Alright guys, I'm here with a bit of information for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. So, early in the morning, like really early in the morning, there was a live stream that happened on the official Bandai Namco YouTube account. And it was a stream showing off Team A full of content creators from Japan, right? And we got to see them utilize characters from the full roster for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Now, the thing about what we got to experience from that stream is, for the first time, we actually got to see the ranking system. I actually put out a tweet about this, I believe, as the stream was going on, but I've been so busy that I wasn't actually able to make a full-fledged video on it until now. So, with the ranking system, we actually get to see, for both Vegito and for Vegeta, that when you're loading up into the battle and the intro sequence is playing, you'll be able to see your name, the icon, in this particular case, it's the 4-star Dragon Ball, and then your title, which it shows Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, and your rank. Now, this has never really been a thing before for this type of game. The only type of, I guess, game that we could compare this to would be the Raging Blast series, because of the fact that in those games, it's Tenkaichi-esque, and there was a ranking system in it. Whereas with, obviously, the original 3 Tenkaichi games, there was no ranking modes for those games. So, it's actually a cool thing that they're showing off, like, you know, the type of customizations that you have for your icon and your title, right? Not to mention that your rank is also on display as well. So, obviously, I'm pretty sure when you get into a lobby, people will be able to see all of that, but in the actual gameplay itself, it's presented like this is this person using this character at this rank, here's their icon and title, right? So you can't really mistake them for anybody else type thing, which I think is pretty cool. But not only that, I think one thing that's important to talk about is the way the ranking system works. Now, again, the only comparison that we can make in terms of Spike, making games would be the Raging Blast series, and I guess by extension also Ultimate Tenkaichi, because in those games, they didn't use numbers to dictate which part of the ranking you were in for said rank. For example, if we were to use Dragon Ball Raging Blast 2 and you were on the leaderboards or just ranking in general, right? You start off, I believe, at G, and then from there you have to work yourself up all the way up to the highest ranks, which was S double plus. So in this case, we start off at D5, right? So I'm assuming you have D4, D3, D2, D1, and then afterwards you move on from D to C, but you'll be at C5 and then you work from there. So again, the reason why I'm bringing that up is because in the Raging Blast series, when you would try to rank up, it really didn't feel like you were making much progress because of how wide the gap was between each progression of said rank. Like, let's use C rank, for example, right? Even though I don't have like the specific numbers in my mind, but you would start off at C rank, right? And you would play a ton of battles where it seems like you're not really gaining any type of progress, and then suddenly you're at C plus, and then you would have to continue grinding up to the point where you get to C double plus, and then from there continue grinding up until the point where you get to B rank. But again, there was a huge gap between when you would actually, see some sort of change, right? Depending on how many points you had. So with this, I think that'll mitigate the issue. That way it feels a bit more satisfying to rank up, right? Because it's a 5-tiered ranking system per rank. So bit by bit, you're going to see an incremental difference in your ranking. It's going to feel as if you're genuinely making progress, which, I mean, obviously you are, you're moving up in the ranks, but you are making actual progress, which I do appreciate, because nobody wants to go through like a ranking system where they feel like their efforts are just stagnant, right? So I do respect the fact that they're doing or making this type of change. That way, you can actually feel like you're making genuine progress, which of course you are. But also, it has me excited to see like what type of titles and icons that we can get in the game as well. Now, I don't know if all this is going to display for like player matches. It is possible that it could, but again, the customization aspect of your online profile for the game matters, right? I mean, we've seen this in a multitude of games that have this type of feature. For example, Dragon Ball Legends has a similar feature to this. Dragon Ball FighterZ has a similar feature to this as well. So just being able to have like that little bit of flair there is pretty cool, right? Like I want there to be like, for example, if I'm hopping online, you guys know my favorite character is Super Saiyan 2 Tingohan, right? Like, so maybe I can have an icon of him, and then the title could be something in relation to him, like I don't know, like a line saying like, you know, I thought I told you that's enough, or like you know, just something to really symbolize the character, right? Or heck, it could just be like a quote of like their move, like Father Son Kamehameha. Or if I wanted to use Gogeta, and you know, one of my favorite moves is Big Bang Kamehameha, I could have that for a title, or some sort of like quote, right? Or even heck, think Super Saiyan Goku from Namek Saga, right? And a title is "You Fool." I think that'd be fire, right? Just small things that make each respective player seem more unique than, you know, anybody else, right? Because it's tailored to what you wanted to put it as. So just the customization aspect is nice. I would think the only thing from here, apart from just the title, the icon, and the ranking, is the notion of how well online modes will function, because this is actually strange, because this hasn't happened, I think, ever, actually, where a new Dragon Ball game is coming out and we never got a beta. We never got an online beta for this game. And thinking back, let's see, the Dragon Ball Super card game Fusion World, like that got an online beta. Dragon Ball The Breakers even got a beta. Kakarot makes sense for it not to get a beta. It's a single player game. Well, Xenoverse 2 had a beta. Xenoverse 1 had a beta. Heck, even Jump Force had a beta. I know there's a game I'm forgetting, and if I remember, then well, actually, wait, no. Dragon Ball Legends even had a beta. So it's like, there are games that took advantage of having a beta in order to try to, you know, optimize whatever they could in terms of their online capabilities. I think the other game I forgot was Dragon Ball Fighters, and Dragon Ball Fighters absolutely had a beta. But they took advantage of betas in order to be able to maximize or optimize their online services. And obviously some worked better than others, but still that would be the premise of a beta. And in this case, we never got one. But I'm hoping that, based off of what we've seen with gameplay, or at least online gameplay, that the online infrastructure will be good. Because to be fair, when it comes down to these online battles, it's in a controlled environment, completely controlled. The consoles are in the same spot, off the same connection. So the possibility, or well, I won't say the possibility, but the probability of there being lag or any type of issues that may arise from online play are extremely low. But when it comes down to, for example, fighting from region to region, maybe from Japan to the US, or from Europe to the US, or Europe to Japan, or whatever, right? From region to region, that's something that we're all gonna have to like try to experience to see if it's gonna work well, right? And the downside with all that is we won't even be able to figure that out until the game releases, because there was no beta. So again, we'll have to see what happens with that. But all of that aside, I am still fond of what they're doing with the title, the icon, the ranking, and even your own player name being displayed while you're hopping into a match. It seems like it'll be a ranked match, or this could be player match, and it just shows all those details regardless. Again, we won't find out until the game is out, but I do like this detail and like what it means in terms of customization and whatnot. But this is just a quick video. I really wanted to talk about this. I wish I talked about it earlier today, but I kind of passed out after that live stream. But either way, I do want to know what you guys think about all of this in the comment section below. But with that being said, I'm Ndukauba. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.